Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is going to be a little bit different from what I normally do. See, normally I talk about things that don't matter, like history or politics. So in keeping with that theme, we're going to be talking about a movie. Now, my girlfriend has been pleading with me to watch this movie for almost a week straight. To the point where I just wanted to leave every conversation where this was brought up. But I did listen to Sam, and I did watch K-pop Demon Hunters. That's right. I watched it. This is going to be kind of a review, and when I say I watched it, I mean like literally I just finished it. So this is going to be kind of a review while it's fresh in my mind. And I'm going to split this into two parts: the good and the bad. There will be probably more good than bad in this video, because I loved this movie. 8 out of 10, good movie. But I am going to be talking about some stuff in the bad that really rubbed me the wrong way. So that might be longer, just because I can talk about more stuff. Because with good, normally it's like, this good. And with bad, it's normally like, okay, here's 53 reasons why. So, let's see how this goes. So, good things first. I love the art design. I love how every single part of this movie just feels unique, right? Like, it doesn't feel unique in the way of, like, Avatar is unique, where, like, there's nothing like it. It feels unique in the method of storytelling. See, the thing about this is, sure, there's a lot of stuff going on, but it really is about one character's struggle with being themselves, right? The main character, Rumi, I'm not sure if it's controversial to call them the main character. That's the main character. The main character, Rumi, and then the main side character, Jinu. Both, they're really what the story is about, but there's a whole lot of other stuff going on in the story. So, like, you have that, I think it's Mira, the mean one, is like kind of or not really a Nepo baby. They're the opposite of a Nepo baby. They come from an influential family or whatever, and their family doesn't like them. So, something along those lines. And then Zoe has also issues with being themselves. Both of those characters have issues being themselves, which mirrors the main character's issue, except they aren't focused on as much. Which, you know, it's good to have a centralized story. Other good thing, the music. Oh my god, the music. Every single song is amazing. Straight up, if you don't have time to watch this movie, just listen to the soundtrack. Really, that's the best part. The best part of that entire movie was the music, bar none. There's a bit of Korean in there, but it flows really seamlessly into the English. So, like, if you don't know either language, you probably wouldn't be able to tell what's English and what's Korean, which is hilarious. So I loved the music. The thing is, the music is kind of omnipresent, so I couldn't tell you a favorite song, because it's all music. The movie is just a musical disguised as a movie. So I'll create a ranking of my favorite songs, and I'll put that in the description or the comments or something, or maybe just on the Discord channel server. Cocaine. So that. Amazing music, the character design, everything. While the three main characters mostly dress the same, the hair tells the entire story. I will mention, I think the hair length like variates in every single shot, which I think was hilarious. Um, that's not a bad thing. I thought it was funny to kind of look and be like, pretty sure the hair is not the same length in this. Pretty sure the hair is not the same length in this shot. But yeah, I had a good time watching this movie. I gave it an 8 out of 10 because, you know, it's a great movie. I love it. It's just, I think it is kind of a just turn off your brain sometimes. The influence of Korean K-pop culture was very omnipresent in this movie, as it should be. It's called K-pop Demon Hunters. The Demon Hunters get more focus, but the K-pop is in there. It's not really K-pop. It's just pop. There's like one song from the Villains that kind of has a very K-pop vibe, but yeah, all of the dancing, that's another great thing. The dancing always looks very smooth and elegant. The choreography in general, the fight scenes, they aren't the most complex because there's always a huge power disparity. The demon hunters and the demons being hunted, it's not really a fight, it's a extermination. So there's not, the action looks cool, but choreography wise, it's not super complex, but it doesn't have to be. It looks amazing. Fun little fact, the weapons the demon hunters use are not Korean, which I loved noticing, like maybe halfway through. This movie is short. It's maybe a little too short. You know what, this is a good transition. I'm going to talk about the negatives now, because every time I try to talk about something positive, I'm a very negative person, so I can just feel the negativity being like, oh, well, you could mention this now. So let's talk about the negatives. The movie's pacing is a huge negative. It doesn't give things time to breathe, which it's a 90-minute movie. There's not a lot of time to breathe. But, God, the pacing is so fast-paced. Like I said, the music is omnipresent, so it feels like it's just music, and then emotional scenes, and then music, and there's no real time for you to process what is happening. Which is why it is a good movie to just turn your brain off, but it is a little fast. I will say, there is some hypocrisy to the "this is my real voice" part. Spoilers, right? Spoilers. I'll put that in the title, but spoilers. There is some hypocrisy to "this is my real voice" when the voice actor and the singer are not the same person. It was so noticeable. The second you notice it, you can't unnotice it, and it really pulled me out of the movie every time a song starts immediately after a character is talking, and you can just hear how different it is. Still though, the music is so good. The singers do a great job in every single song, but just, I wish they either got voice actors who could sing or made the singers the voice actor, which is technically the same thing. But, like, it's just so noticeable. It pulls me out of the story so much. The Demon King, let's talk about him. Gima? I almost said it with a W. So, the Demon King he's a good antagonist for what he is. Like, he works in this movie. He works as the main antagonist. So, he doesn't have a physical form, really. He's a bunch of smoke with maybe a mouth in the smoke. Which, for the story this movie is telling, it works. It works. It just... The same reason it works is the reason it doesn't work. So, he doesn't have a form. And this movie is all about facing yourself, essentially, trying not to be someone who you aren't. And this is the kind of a nebulous fear that you can't fight, essentially, which works if you have a nebulous gas cloud thing that you can't really fight. That works. I think he would be more effective if he had a form, right? If there was a face to the king, if there was a head wearing the crown. But that's not a huge issue. Like I said, I think he works. His voice, very intimidating. At certain points, I thought he sounded like Daniel Day Kim. So I might check if Daniel Day Kim did the Demon King. If he did, let me know. But sounded very similar. Daniel Day Kim has a cameo. That was so unnecessary. Nothing comes of it. It's funny, but nothing comes of it. I loved Daniel Day Kim. He felt kind of like So, like I said, spoilers. He talks to the K-pop group, the main characters, and he basically tells the audience what their insecurity is, which felt like telling, not showing. Which, in such a tight movie like this, sometimes you kind of do have to tell and not show, because there's not time to tell. Oh, I forgot the thing I loved most about this movie. Jinu. Jinu is the demon leader of the rival K-pop group. In fact, they're all demons, and we'll get to the other demons, because... But Jinu, I loved him. I love how he doesn't survive. That sounds hilarious. Yeah, I love this character. He dies. But I love that he doesn't survive because then, you know, he is kind of a bad dude. He gets redeemed, but he doesn't get to go free, which I like it. The messaging is good there. He's kind of an asshole sometimes, but he's an asshole in a fun way. Back to the negative, the other Saja boys, they just have no personality, which in a movie that's all about being yourself, having some of the main antagonists have no personality traits beyond bad guy who's hot, just, it feels like pandering to fans, which is exactly what it is in the movie, but that doesn't excuse that that's just what it is outside of the movie. It just feels like it's pandering to female fans or people attracted to men, right? So, which again, that's what it is, right? I just wish there was a little something beyond that, because, you know, it feels a little ingenuous to have that be all they are. And I a lot of these issues come down to the runtime. There's not enough time for this to give all of these characters shit to do, but like, it's the source of the pacing issue. It's the source of the omnipresence of music. It's the source of, you know, some of the lack of emotionality some scenes can have because you don't give them time to breathe. So yeah, the side characters don't have a lot of personality. That's really what this section could be titled. The side characters are personalityless. They're not personalityless. They're two-dimensional. But yeah, the Saja Boys music was great. Something that was strange is that they look like pilgrims. Straight up, right now, go look up an image of a pilgrim, and then look up Saja Boys, and I swear, the hat, it's the hat. Why did we have to give them pilgrim hats? They look like they're out there churning butter. I'm not sure what that accent was Forgive me. I don't know what the fuck that was. But yeah, they look weird. And spoilers again, the protagonist's mother figure, Celine, which I'm fairly certain is a reference to Celine Dion, but you know, Celine, from the very beginning, when she's mentioned, when like her life philosophy is mentioned, I'm like, ew, that is problematic. And I wasn't sure if the movie was going to treat it like it wasn't, but no, credit to the movie, it didn't. But she doesn't really get her comeuppance or redemption, so that's a thing. It feels like they set that up so that the plot could work, and not like she's her own character who does shit and has agency. So, not a huge fan of Celine in or out of movie. Something I would like to know more about Rumi's mother, because so Rumi is part demon, and if I'm not mistaken, she was born that way. Who's the father? The whole movie I was expecting an answer, and I got nothing. I don't know if maybe I misinterpreted this along the way, and then I was expecting something that was never being set up, but oh, who is the father? You are not the father. Who is? So I'd really like to know that. I don't know if it's going to get a sequel. It should. Good movie. I'd love a sequel. Maybe a sequel that deals with like the previous generation. But that's, yeah. Any more positives or negatives? Bobby. Bobby is a positive. We love Bobby. We stand Bobby in this house. Bobby's great. Just go listen to the soundtrack. Like, seriously, just listen to the music. Straight up. Don't even watch the movie. Just listen to the music. You'll get what you need. I'm joking. Go watch the movie. It's hilarious. The jokes are a huge positive. They feel a bit juvenile, but I'm juvenile. It was hilarious. I loved basically every joke that came through. Especially the bathhouse recurring joke. I don't know what that was about. Our bathhouse is like a huge thing in Korea, so that like they kept making references to it because it's a huge thing. Yeah, so yeah, just go watch the movie. Go watch the movie. That's all I'll say. Thank you for watching. I think this was a bit more negative than I would have liked. Don't come after me for that. Like I said, I love the movie. Don't come after me. It was a great movie. Some things, if there is a sequel, some things I would like to improve upon, make it longer. That's what she said, but make it longer. Not only so you can jam more music in there, but so that you can give your emotional scenes more time to breathe. But yes, I think that's about it. I love most of you. Sam, you're amazing. Toxic, you've grown on me, unfortunately. Like a fucking fungus. Sora, you know what you did, and I still hate the Dutch. Bye.